And I feel like, especially when you're first getting into that like lifestyle, I feel like some people can lose themselves and they just feel like they're not their own person. And think that that was something that Shea and I always had from the very beginning was mutual respect for each other. Like I had as much of a say as he did, you know? It wasn't what I say goes and it wasn't what he says goes, you know? Like I think the most important thing if you're going into this lifestyle and you're moving across the country away from across whatever, far away from your family, your friends, is to really still value yourself as well. And
you're listening to Breaking the Ice podcast, a podcast that I created in 2020 to connect women within the hockey world. My name's Devin Dodaro, my husband's Charlie Dodaro, and we've played literally all over the world. We have 2 kids, 2 dogs, and let's just say hockey has taken my world by storm. What I've learned is that this community and these experiences are very specific, and you should not have to go through this alone. Through this podcast, I share the tools, resources, do's, don'ts, and what's helped me along the way while continuing to learn from each and every one of you. So lace them up and tune in for episodes twice a month. And make sure to follow the page on Instagram at Breaking the Ice Pod. It is officially December 1st. If you're in Europe, you have officially been in the hockey season for 5 months. And if you're in North America, you've been in for 2 months. So buckle up. A lot of hockey season left in us, you guys. I cannot believe the holidays are here. This time of year goes by so fast. And this is our first year celebrating Christmas in our house. I'm hosting Christmas Eve and I could not be more excited, but I'm also like, holy hell, I don't have any hosting items. I don't have very much Christmas decor, and I'm trying to not overwhelm myself because like there's still stuff that I want to get. I feel like my downstairs looks good, but like long term, there's definitely things that I want to like switch up. I would love to get new stockings. I would like to get garland to wrap around my staircase and put in various places around my house. And you know, I think that social media and like consumerism makes you feel like you have to have like this perfect setup and you have to be buying things all the time. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I get swept up in that, especially when it comes to just like things that I think that I need, but I'm like, okay, I don't really need this stuff at the moment. So I did do quite a good haul. You know, getting various things. And I also love a deal. I'm not afraid to admit I love to get deals on stuff. I wait for sales. I love to thrift. I think I said that in my last episode, but I've been like thrifting so much and it's such a good time to thrift. I've been getting so many little Christmas pieces and like different plates and serving bowls and stuff. So I am like, I'm ready. I'm going all in. And I'm so excited because my kids are at such a fun age, 3 and 5. You know, if you are there, I feel like 3 was the first year where they really like understood Santa and Christmas and it got really, really fun. So, and like if you're listening to and you have 2 kids, I feel like my daughter caught on earlier just because like she's the second child, whereas opposed my son maybe got it a little bit later. So I'm just so excited to like create these memories for my family and for like our other family that's coming in for Christmas Eve and all the things. So I also am very well aware that this can be a really hard time of year for people. I remember because it was not that long ago, it was a year ago, and many, many years after that, where I was in Europe 2 of the times with new babies, just obviously enjoying the holiday seasons, like love Christmas markets. That's definitely something I'm going to miss about Europe, but just like feeling like I wanted to be home but couldn't be there and like seeing all the Secret Santa events that like my friends were doing and the dinners and the holiday parties and like Christmas and just like being on FaceTime and just being like, this kind of sucks. Like trying to make it special, but also yeah, it's hard. So wherever you're at right now, there is always someone that is feeling the same way as you. If you're having a hard time, let yourself have a hard time. Like, move through those emotions. I have so been there. And then try to figure out what you can do to make it as memorable as possible. Whether that's having a night where you're sitting down and planning things with your husband for the month of like what you want to do so that you're staying busy and you're not so much fixating on, where you wish you were. So that's my little spiel for you. I hope everybody has a wonderful month and, you get out and do things. Go see lights, go see Santa, go to the Christmas markets. If you're in Europe, do not miss these Christmas markets. They are just so magical. Switching gears, today's guest is Marianna Theodore, and Mariana's husband is Shea Theodore. He plays for the Vegas Golden Knights in Las Vegas, and I was so excited to talk to her. This is the first time I've had a wife on from Vegas, so it was so fun getting kind of the rundown on how everything is there. We get into all things hockey. We get into rituals. We get into game day routines, superstitions, what the vibe and energy is like in Vegas. We get into why it's important to be equal in your marriage and how they make time for each other during the hockey season. With these crazy chaotic schedules, we chat about their experience in the run for the Stanley Cup and so much more. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Mariana was such a doll to talk to. I had so much fun with her. So enjoy this episode. This episode is brought to you by Rents for Baby. I use Rents for Baby for my trip to San Diego at the start of November. I was flying alone with both of my kids. I was going to a wedding and my parents lived down there too. So we decided to make a trip out of it while my husband was also on the road for a week. And I don't think I will ever go back to bringing my own car seats. The level of game changer that this was for me was just unmatched. I had such a good experience with them. You book directly through their website and they match you with someone locally, and the experience was seamless from start to finish. She even offered to drop off the car seats a day early so they had a little bit extra time to get them installed because, as we all know, car seats are not always the easiest to figure out, especially if you're not doing it on a daily basis. They dropped the car seats off directly with my parents. They installed them into their car and they were ready to go by the time my dad came and picked me and the kids up from the airport. I have found myself time and time again at the airport trying to install these car seats while the people are telling you to keep moving. My kids are locked into a stroller on the side of me. Am I giving you PTSD while talking about this? Because it's starting to make my blood pressure go up a little bit. My husband's usually the one that does the car seat, so it's a stressor for me if he's not there able to do it super quickly, because obviously you want to make sure that they're installed correctly for safety reasons. So anyways, got the car seats loaded, and then when we were finished with them, we just drop them off or they can pick them up, and that's literally all. It was such a seamless process, and so many of us are traveling during the hockey season, going on trips, maybe going to an away game if we have the time. They have so many other things too, like strollers, baby toys, high chairs, baby monitors, sound machines, literally anything you can think of. So I highly, highly recommend Rents for Baby for all of your rental needs when you are traveling. Use the code ICE for 10% off your Rents for Baby order. That's ICE for 10% off your order. Okay, well, welcome to Breaking the Ice. I'm so excited to chat with you today and dive into just your journey through this hockey life and all of the things. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's so nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you too. So we usually start off just like getting a little bit of a backstory of you and your husband, how you guys met, and just catching everybody kind of up to speed. And then we just will dive into like all of those different topics.
Well, we met in 2015. And when I was going to university in Canada, are you Canadian?
No,
No, you're not Canadian. Are
I
you in
was
Calgary?
looking at what was that?
Do you live in Calgary?
No, I live in Idaho. But I think, see, my geography is so bad. I think Calgary, how is that like above and over, like kind of in the,
Calgary's mountain time. So I don't know why I thought you said you're from Calgary. Sorry, that's my bad.
oh, you're good. Same time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was going to school and my university roommate was dating Shay's like junior roommate at the
Okay.
time. Yeah, and then they kind of just introduced us and then he at that point was in San Diego. And so I went down to San Diego and I met him on the Thursday and then we were dating on the Sunday and then I went back to university and did long distance for like 3 years.
Do you feel like the hockey life has like expedited your guys' relationship in that way?
I think like yes and no. I do think it does make things move quicker in a sense, but like when you tally up like those 3 years, when you tally up the amount of time we actually spent together, it's like way less than obviously a normal relationship because we're doing long distance. We wouldn't see each other for a couple months or weeks because I was in school and whatnot. But then I can see in like some relationships where like if the distance was way long, like, across the country, then it's like, okay, when are we moving in together?
Yeah. The
When are we
pressure.
doing that next? Yeah, like I think there's a little more pressure because like that would suck so much to be across the country versus I was just vertical north. Yeah, I was just like 3 hours, especially when he was in Vegas too. It was like a 3 hour flight when I was on university. So yeah. So I guess yes and no.
Yeah. So how was starting your relationship off with long distance for you? Because that's not really an ideal situation to be like, I found this guy and I really like him, but like we can't see each other very
Yeah, that was really weird for me at the beginning. Like I remember, because like we kind of were introduced via like social media, whatever, in the summer, and then we weren't talking for a while, and then I think November of 2015 or like September, that's when we started talking again, and then he had so many good like not recommendations, but like so many people knew him and they were like he's such an amazing guy. So I think that's why I took a leap of faith too because like obviously when I went down on the Thursday and then left on the Sunday, that's only like 3 days later. So I'm like, I don't really know him. So
Yeah.
I definitely took like a leap of faith being like, okay, I guess I'm someone's girlfriend. Like flying back, I remember texting my being like,
Yeah. What's happening here?
yeah, especially like I was obviously single all summer and like I went traveling and all this stuff. So then it's like, living your free life and backpacking around and then being like, oh, I just met this guy and I'm in a relationship. But like, I feel like sometimes it sounds so cliche, but like when I didn't realize right then, like, oh my God, I'm marrying that. But I was like, oh wow, he's a really special person. So
Yeah. I've heard so many stories too where people like they're in that similar situation where they're like meeting someone and it's not ideal, but there's like something inside of them that's like kind of telling them to ride it out, even though the situation is not always like what you pictured in your mind to be.
yeah, yeah, I definitely agree because it's like, no one's like, oh, this is so exciting. I'm going to not see my boyfriend for months. Yeah.
Then, so was he in San Diego that whole time you guys were long distance?
No, he was like up, or yeah, well, he was with the or Anaheim Ducks organization, so he was like up and down a lot, but I guess mainly in San Diego, and then his first year Vegas, or half the first year in Vegas. Oh no, oh my God, sorry, like such first year in Vegas, we were long distance, yeah, because I'm like, who was he living? He's living with Alex.
After a while, they just start to all blend together.
Really crazy. Like I don't know how 10 years just like in November
Yeah.
is when we started dating. I'm like,
I saw that you got married in San Diego. So I'm
yeah.
from San Diego.
Oh, you are? Oh my
Yes.
God, the
Yes,
best.
I grew up in Encinitas, and then I saw you got married in Del Mar, which
Hmm.
is super close to me. It's only like 3 cities over. So tell me about that. How was your wedding? How did you guys like decide that that's where you wanted to be? Like, tell me that whole backstory.
I feel like we just, one, always loved San Diego, and two, it was just that's like where our story began, like that's, yeah, so romantic. But it it really is a special place, for us. And I just feel like we had our rehearsal dinner where we had our first date, which was like really surreal. It was George's at the Cove.
Love George's.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
an iconic spot to have a
yeah.
like
I know. I
it's
was like, good job, first date. You brought me there.
no
That
kidding.
worked.
It's a good spot. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
I interrupted you. Continue.
Yeah, so that was really crazy. I feel like that thinking back to that, I'm like, it's just nuts how life works out, you know? Um, but yeah, I feel like San Diego was just a really special place, and we wanted somewhere like, I guess I really wanted like Italian garden vibes. So Del Mar, or like the Grand Fairmont Grand, was like exactly that. So we kind of
Yeah.
decided on that, but we always knew we wanted to do San Diego. Also, the weather is like
Yeah.
phenomenal. So
Yeah.
that also helps. It's easy for everyone to get to, and yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome.
And you have a short window of the year that you can get married. So I'm assuming it was probably in July or August, right?
Yeah, yeah, August 11th.
Okay, there you go. And then I was also going to ask you, did you go, this is super creepy if this is correct, but did your husband go to Diamond Girls to get your ring?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's in Idaho. The
Okay, yeah.
And I've seen, because my husband got my ring from there, and I have seen his jersey hanging up in Lisa. So I don't know if that's your jeweler, but she was our jeweler.
Okay, yeah.
And I've seen his jersey hanging up in their
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I
That's such a,
know. I know. I was like, that's such a small world. What are the odds? I think they go to Vegas a lot to do like,
they've done a lot of rings in the league, I think. Or
yeah,
yeah, they definitely have.
yeah, that's so cool. Her son plays hockey, and so she's really into hockey. And
That's awesome.
yeah, we've sent a lot of people to them too, and they're so great. But I was like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, like, what a coincidence! Like the San Diego, the Idaho, like oh my
Yeah.
God, such a
That is
small
kind of,
world.
yeah, they're really awesome. They did a great job.
So you guys have been in Vegas for quite a while, and how many
Mhm.
years left do you have on his contract?
This year's the first of 7.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're there for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I read that wrong. How many years have you been there?
9.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I moved his second season here. And yeah, but he's been on the team since the beginning, which is kind of cool.
And how do
Kind
you
of
guys
crazy.
like it there?
Vegas is the best. Vegas is actually awesome. Like
Tell me more.
it's just, well, one, you can't beat the weather. I mean, obviously in the summer it's 1 trillion degrees, but like no one's really here in the summer anyways.
Yeah,
But it's just ideal weather. It's so like there's something to do every single day if you want, like you can go out, you can have nice dinners, you can go and like hike, and you can go like drive around or shopping. Like there's just everything and more that you want. So,
yeah,
and then the community we live in or like the area we live in, is so nice, clean, safe. It's a really cool city. I feel like it's so underestimated because like some people I feel like are like, you live in Vegas expecting me to live in excess, like the club, or like
like
Omnia.
I have a child, but thank you.
Yeah. But
Maybe a few years ago.
yeah, maybe if you, yeah, probably would have. But yeah, I feel like they just don't realize, and then they come out and visit and they're like, oh my God, this place is amazing.
Yeah, so coming from Calgary, doing the long distance, going to Vegas, how have you made it your home? How have you created a community for yourself there, within the hockey world and maybe like even outside of the hockey world as well?
Yeah, I mean, definitely have lucked out in terms of the girls here. Like we have such an amazing group. Here, I don't have hockey friends. I have like family. You know what I mean? Like the friends that I have here, I wouldn't ever consider like those are my hockey friends. I'm like, we're so past that now, and it's just so special because obviously we're not from here and all of our families from all over the place. And so having each other, especially I'm so thankful I've had a couple girls that have been here from the beginning. So creating that bond and like strengthening that over 9 years is really, or 9 seasons is so special. And I think, coming here, how old was I? I forget. But Shay and I were both like pretty young. Like if you think about it now, like outside of hockey, you don't really move in with a significant other at 24 or 20, how
No,
old, 25, like it's kind of unheard of outside.
totally.
So maybe that's back to your point where, yeah, I guess hockey does accelerate that,
Yeah.
accelerate your, relationship timeline a little. But coming here, I mean, I already knew Shay was my home. That was really special. He well, I mean, we got a dog together, so that really helps. Yeah. But yeah, because when I moved, I was like, I need a dog. And I feel like that's the case a lot of the time. Like,
You need a companion.
yeah, because you're like home alone and it's scary and you just want someone to chill with when they're on the road all the time. But yeah, it's just been really awesome. And I feel like outside of hockey, we are part of this like golf course, and so made some golf friends there, which is really nice. And it's been an easy place to call home and make home, that's for sure.
I love when I hear that is the dynamic with the girls, because honestly, it isn't always that way. And I feel like there's so many times just in my page too where like people are writing all these things and I'm like, I hate that. Like I hate to see that because it should be that way. Like everybody should be really supportive and like
Yeah.
close. How do you think everybody on that team made it that way? Because I do think it takes like effort and vulnerability and being
Yeah.
open and like just things like that I don't know, there's you hear so many things too where people sometimes don't want to put in the energy because they don't
Mhm.
know if they're going to be there or all.
Yeah. I mean, I do think, of course, when there's a group of 20 girls, it's never going to be like kumbaya the whole time. Like, that's just can't. But in terms of like the group overall, I feel like no one wants drama. I mean, I feel like there are people that actually enjoy it, but we're really lucky we don't have anyone on the team that's like stirring the pot trying to like make this girl hate this girl and whatever.
Right.
So that I think we've just always have lucked out. And in terms of like the close group of friends that we were actually talking about this the other day. It's like you can't really choose that actually. Like either or if it's gonna work and you're gonna click or it's not. Like I can figure that out pretty quick. And it's like we're so lucky that we have so many girls that just click together. We can all hang out together. At the start of the year, we do a girls group trip. I think this year it was like 17 of us out of all the girls that could make it. And it was Napa.
Good
So much.
choice.
Yeah. Haley Stone basically planned the whole thing, which was awesome. And yeah, it was so much fun. Like we all got along. It was just a blast. So that's really, really lucky, actually,
I feel like the guys, they have their bonding, like their team bonding, and it's such an underlooked or overlooked thing with the girls. I'm like, I wish more teams, like even teams like we've been a part of too, it's like I wish that was more of a thing because I think you really start the season off on a strong foot when you're trying to create that dynamic from the
Yeah.
beginning, because if that's not created from the beginning, then people kind of start to find their own groups and then it cause like divide. So I love that you guys did that because it's like, okay, we're just going all in. We're just gonna get to know each other. We're gonna go on this trip, have some wine.
We've honestly done that, I think, every single year.
Wow.
We've done that. Last year, we delayed it till January because, like, a lot of us were just like postpartum. I mean, I just had Wesley, so I like no way I'm going on. But So, but we do that every single year. The year before we did Arizona, the year before that, like, I don't even know, but we do make it a priority because you're right. Like, especially I feel like once the season starts, it's like game day, off day, game day, off day. Like, you're just thrown into this like crazy schedule versus, it's training camp. The guys are like doing their thing, and we can just take the opportunity to go away for 2 days, bond, and just, yeah, create that like good foundation for the rest of the year.
Totally. And I'm sure the guys like that too, because that's all they can hope for is that everybody just gets
Happy wife, happy life.
hell, I will die.
Yeah.
Okay, while we're talking about good girl gangs, I have to take a moment to pause this episode to share with you about JEOVERSEAS. I just got the cutest custom hoodie. My kids got matching ones that say daddy on the back and a cute little Idaho slogan on the front with his number. And my sister-in-law got one too because obviously my husband and his brother are on the same team this year, which is so fun. So we just got some custom hoodies to wear to the games that I'm obsessed with. And you know what's just kind of a hot commodity right now is matching playoff jackets. I know this is not new, but I would say it's definitely taken a bump up the last few years of it being just a thing. You have to have cute playoff swag for playoffs. Kind of crazy to be thinking about that already, but not really, because if you're in Europe, playoffs is in March, it's December, soon it's going to be January after the holidays, and you have to get on it because these businesses get so busy that time of year. So make sure to check them out if you have not followed them already. They are amazing. They're two hockey wives in this community. They did such a perfect job. It was exactly what I was looking for, and it was so quick too. They sent me the mock-ups. They're willing to tweak what you need, and then they come up with the final product, and I could not be more happier with it. So make sure to follow them on Instagram, and I will link it as well in the show notes so it can just be a quick click for you. All right, back to the episode. So then you had your son when he was born 2024.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's born September.
Okay, so and you had a long chunk of time in this hockey life, not having kids, and then you have your son. How has that been adding him into this lifestyle and experiencing it with him at the games and all the things?
It is the best thing ever. Like, I feel like before Wes, I loved to like go out and do, well, what else am I going to do? I can't work. And like, I'm like, can't work.
You're young.
Far from, I have a bunch of friends that are all of the same thing. So like, did so much together. And then
yeah,
Wesley, and I was kind of worried that I would lose that part of myself. But I feel like it is important to prioritize you like stuff for yourself too, So I think he's just made life even better, Like, I don't feel like or that I've lost a part of myself, because I know that's a huge thing postpartum that,
yeah,
I feel lucky that I haven't felt that way. And Wes has just only made my experience so much better being here and being in this life. And I haven't taken him to many games. I haven't this season yet. Actually, we're going tomorrow, but he's going to be a little cow. Actually, you have a Highland cow right behind you, don't you?
it's the one everybody has in their home.
Yeah, that's what Wes is going to be for Halloween.
Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh. Is he dressing up for the game?
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to get lots of attention, I'm sure.
I just feel like I'm really excited now that he can recognize his dad. And because before it was like, well, I'm not going to bring him to like overstimulate him, because he would just be like staring at the lights. And I feel like Vegas games are so like just a lot. And so I didn't actually bring him that often last season, but this season I'm excited to bring him.
So tell me about the games. What is the vibe there? How do you get ready for the games? Do you go with the other girls? Do you meet them there? Like, what does the typical like game night look like for you guys?
I mean, I feel like like when you think back on like the first few years, you're like, okay, I'm gonna dress so cute. I'm like hair, makeup, like it's just exciting because you're just part of this new world and all this stuff. And then to be honest, I feel like my answer is gonna be pretty mundane because I'm like, I get ready 20 minutes before and I arrive 20 minutes after the anthem somehow.
Hard as I try, I just can't get it done. Yeah.
Somehow. Yeah. But so yeah, sometimes we go together, sometimes we do dinners before, or like a lot of us live in the same area, so there's always a carpool basically. We always just hop in with each other, which is kind of nice. And yeah, I feel like it's not really anything crazy. We just kind of are chill over here.
I love to hear it though, because I do feel like there's like this glamorization sometimes that happens, like even just on social media or people's perceptions. And it's like, it's not always like the way
Yeah.
that it appears, like it
Yeah.
is sometimes like very, just, it's just what we're accustomed to. It's what we're used to. And I think the outside world sometimes sees it as,
Show that like we're a part of the show too. I'm like,
right.
now wear my hoodie and watch.
Right. Comfort is key. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm good with like a sweatsuit and like a cute,
Mm-hmm.
like we're good.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys get a suite there, or do you sit in
No.
no?
Yeah, we're just in the stands.
Okay, that's always so interesting to me. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder. I mean,
Do places get suites? I guess, yeah, some places
I
do.
think some. I don't know. I mean, we don't get one here. Obviously, we're in the ECHL, but I'm just like, it would be nice to like,
Yeah,
like
I feel like that would be good for girl bonding.
totally. And like where they put us here, it's like on the second level and it's so steep. And yeah, and my son has just like some like coordination stuff and he seriously almost fell like 10 times at the game last weekend and I'm honestly shocked. I feel like I have heard of some NHL teams doing suites, but I don't know. I guess I assumed that was just like the standard to
I know. Yeah, I wish that would be so awesome. And now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like some places do have suites. That reminds me of when we did like it was COVID playoffs, and then we had suites, and that was insanely fun.
yeah. Well, I mean, you can't go.
The
It's like
fire-
snacks, you got TVs going. It's like you don't even have to like go see it live if you don't want to. Just sit right
Yeah,
there and
yeah,
watch the TV. That's great.
so fun. Yeah, yeah, that would be
So then
nice.
you guys were there when you won the Stanley Cup, obviously.
Hmm.
Tell me about that experience and how that was.
That was so crazy. I feel like I literally just got like chills because there's something about seeing your person achieving that is his dream. Like having, and I just, that was just being in the stands, like I was sobbing. So you've seen how hard they've tried so many times to like get to that point, and all of the disappointments. And I remember a long time ago when he was with like the Ducks, they had like a playoff run and they were out, and he was like, I just don't like, I don't know if I'll ever get this close ever again. And I'm like, for a lot of, yeah, like that could very well be the case. So being able to see him like achieve that was so amazing and just such a whirlwind. Like playoffs was crazy. I will just say I'm like, it was, yeah, I shout out to all the new moms that were doing it.
Yeah.
Because holy moly, I could not imagine being like fresh new mom pumping and trying to figure out like having a newborn and then also this like most incredible crazy experience going on. Like, yeah, but it was so awesome. It was so crazy.
The NHL playoffs is like never ending. Like it does not end. And it's so much back and forth. It's like wherever, who, oh my gosh, my brain is blanking. Who did you guys?
Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that is a trek for you guys. So it's like you're going there, then they're coming back, and then it's like, and the exhaustion from
Yeah.
yourselves. And like having to navigate also a schedule that you're not finding out until probably the night before,
Yeah.
not knowing if you're going to win the game or not to go to continue on. Like there's just so many
It's
things that I think the outside world does not think about when they're watching. Like they just see the game. And there's so much that goes on behind the scenes for that to actually work.
yeah, seriously.
How did you stay like grounded through that? Because even just like not even having kids in that moment, that's like a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. It is a lot, especially just because like all you want is one for your significant others, like my husband, to play well. And then all you want is for the team to play well. And then you just like the stress, I feel like
The stress.
it's so stressful. I can't even, oh my God. No wonder there's like drinks.
Yeah. Seriously. Well, yeah, there's for most people, it's a once in a lifetime
Yeah.
thing that
Yeah.
happens, and
Yeah.
you guys did it. And so I've seen too the celebrations that come along with that look
Yeah.
so fun. How did you guys celebrate? Home with you, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We took it back home to his hometown, Alder
Okay.
Grove. Yeah. So it's like a small town. He brought it home. He brought it to the the new community center where like they do like the skate or hockey camps and all that, or like where the one rink, I think, in
Yeah.
his town.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he brought it there, so that was really special. Met a lot of kids, and then we like had a house party-ish thing, his like childhood home, which was really special. And then we had like the party after a bar, which was so much fun. Like that was the best time because it was all his like
Friends.
all of our close friends, family, and it was just the best. Just so much fun. There's just yeah, seeing his name on the cup is pretty cool. I will say. I'm like, wow, that is
Yeah,
historic.
that is so, and also like the organization is not that, it's kind of newer, like to compared to other organizations, and to do that at that point is so cool and exciting and amazing for the
6 years. It's pretty
yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
yeah. And to do it with like a group too that you're like so close with, and a lot of the girls have been there for so long is like, I don't know, that's just so fun.
It was so fun. I think every single home game I organized a party bus down.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Maybe high school
I know, right? Like I'm like, but
party bus.
we played every single home game on the ride down. Like it was like a ritual to play like Thunderstruck.
Love it.
Yeah. So that was every single game. It was so funny and just fun and just wild, and the energy and the bonding with all the girls, and like and
Yes.
then obviously after we won it's just like mayhem for the whole summer.
You didn't sleep. You probably were on like a 14-day hangover.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I had my bachelorette, and then we got married. It was really crazy. It was so cool. It was like a blur. It was like a blur, but it's not because you remember everything, but it's just like
Yeah.
trying to reminisce. You're like, I don't even know where to begin because it was just crazy.
Yeah. Does he have any superstitions?
I mean, he'll say no, but like, yes. I think he's really into what he eats before. Like,
Mm,
if he had a good game, he has to eat this thing. But then if he has a bad game, he's like, I can't eat that anymore. Or
yeah.
if he has, or not a bad, well, yeah, I don't know, a bad game to him. I'm like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
did amazing. He's like, I was terrible. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Right. It's always like so confusing. They'll win and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, good game." He's like, "I did not play well." I'm like,
I'm like,
"Okay."
mm,
I was totally
yeah,
watching every moment.
yeah. I'm like, awesome. Um, yeah, but yeah. And then what else? Honestly, he he probably has more things at the rink, and I used to try and bug him and be like, so what do you do? Like, and I remember he used to tape his stick a certain way, but I'm like,
Yeah,
but
totally. No, I feel like
definitely,
guys don't really have that many superstitions.
yeah, I don't think so. I think people they have their routines,
Yes.
like for sure. Like he's not getting thrown out of his routine, and
Right.
his pregame like routine's super important to him. Like he gets there. I don't when's the game start? Like 3.5 hours or 3 hours early and does his whole thing. I feel like if that was rocked somehow, then that would really throw him off, you know?
Yeah.
But kind of threw him off that like the dress code is like wear whatever you want now. Because I feel like, yeah.
Like they don't wear suits or
no.
Oh,
They don't
really?
have a dress code anymore, which is like crazy.
Feel like it totally had turned into like a fashion, which is so cool. I actually really like seeing all the guys in like the different suits and stuff, but it like kind of turned into like a fashion show. It's like who's gonna wear what for the games and like the videos of that people were posting. Like, was he into that at all or
no?
Not really. My husband would literally. I'm like, honey, you're wearing like 50 Shades of Grey right now. You need to like. This is not. This is like you might be photographed. He's like, I don't care. I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah, like Shea likes his suits. Like he likes to look good, obviously, but he's like he's conservative with his style. He's not like pizzazz.
Flashy. Yeah.
No, he's like the least guy ever.
Gosh. Okay, so then what is a typical with your son? What does a typical like game day look like? Because if he's super strict on his schedule, like do you know, try to keep him out of the because sometimes that can be stressful, like trying to keep the kids quiet or you know you don't want to like interrupt.
Right. Yeah, I guess. Right, because he like Shea naps. Honestly, we kind of just go about our day. Like when we built our house, we built it so that our master is pretty like in its own area, kind of. And then, yeah, pretty much. Like like our master is like down here and it has like a sliding door and then another door and then you go upstairs and then there's the kitchen, all that stuff. So literally like Shea doesn't hear anything.
That's amazing.
Except for the dogs. If I accidentally forget to bring them inside, then they go and bark right by his like right by our bed. And I'm like, sorry. But other than that, like we don't have to worry about, you know, keeping Wes quiet or anything, which is really, really nice because I feel like that would be hard.
I don't know about you, but like with my husband, I feel like he's gotten more like lax about that stuff. Before kids, I felt like he was a little more rigid, and now it's like he understands that like, you know, I'll do what I can to like, you know, keep them occupied and not disturbing your routine.
Yeah.
They're kids and I have to be here. I'm not gonna like 5 hours while you do all of this. So
God, no.
Yeah.
No, hell.
They're still dads. They're still like, you know, doing what they have to do.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, with the schedule and with having a kid, how do you guys find the time to like connect and prioritizing that time? Because I feel like that can be really hard during the hockey season with like the schedule is just like making the time. And when you don't make the time, it usually doesn't happen. So like, how do you guys find that time together?
Honestly, I was just talking about this with him yesterday because like it is hard to just find the time to just, you know, sit and chat unless you're actively going on a date, which sometimes, like, especially now, Wes is so fun. Like, tonight we're going on to dinner with the three of us, you know? It's like we could very much have gotten a babysitter, but it's like,
right,
to do that. So yesterday, actually, I was like, this is why I think it's important for us to take time together to, like, walk the dogs together. And like, fortunately, we have a nanny. So, you know, if Wes is napping or whatever, like yesterday, Shea and I just took the dogs out back up behind our house. And it's nice because you get to chat and be together. And I feel like that's when we have like our most, like, or that's when we talk the most, you know? So I think little things like that are really important. And yeah. I mean, we could probably go to more dinners, but also like there's no time. Like I'm so tired.
It's such a battle because you're like, I want to just like veg on the couch and watch Real Housewives and like just chill out, you know? But then you're also like, God, I also need to make time for my husband, and then I need to make time for my friends and my baby and my dogs, and you're trying to like do all the so it's hard sometimes. But that's nice that you guys can do that, and like you found that that's like a good way to connect.
Yeah, like it's a small thing, but I do think like having time, and I do it's like come back at it. Okay, now I left. Okay, sorry. It was like my voice was like screaming back at me. It's a little better. But we would golf a lot too, actually, together. We haven't this year yet because the course that we're members at just opened. It was closed for a bit, but that's something we really enjoy doing together. Like,
Good
yeah.
for you. That's a long activity for men to start to do. And it's nice. You're like, you know what? If you're going to be gone for 6 hours, I'm going to learn how to do this and go
Yeah.
golf.
Well, it's so funny because like a few years ago, I was really before I was pregnant with Wes, I was in because we were members at this golf club, and then I joined like the ladies golf and all the stuff. And it was funny, like my friends were laughing because they were like, "You are the golf husband." Because like she would be like, "When are you coming home?" And I'm like, "I'm like at the bar with the ladies." Blah blah blah. Like one time I literally was there for 12 hours. And she was like, "Hello." I'm like, "Sorry, I'll be home. I'm coming."
Right now. He's like, where are you?
Yeah.
I'm on the last hole. The people in front of us are
Yeah.
really slow.
Yeah, they're so slow. Yeah. But so that was really fun. Those were fun times, definitely. But it is really fun to do that together. Like I feel like in the summer we would do that, get a babysitter and go and golf together or yeah, do like a 9 and dine. That's really fun. Yeah, those are my favorite times with him. Like I feel like we really just enjoy spending that time together because like you're outside, you're riding in your cart and you're chatting and
Totally.
hopefully playing well enough that we're both not mad and frustrated.
Okay, so you're really into it. Who's the better golfer?
Definitely Shea.
Really?
Like, oh
Okay, I
my
was
God.
thinking you were going to say you.
No, I wish. That would be, oh my God. I wish I was better. That would be so, I would rub it in every single day. I was better at a sport than he was. No, unfortunately, he's way better than I am.
Does it say hot there like year round? Is it hot right now?
Well, right now it's actually like hot. Like, let me see what it is. Like
Yeah.
Celsius because or no, Fahrenheit, I mean. Yeah, it's 77
Well, that is like my,
and sunny. So like when you're out, like I couldn't wear this outside. I would
yeah,
be
yeah, that's hot. That's
like
like,
yesterday we were thinking of bringing Wes on like the walk and I was like, if I'm gonna carry him, it's kind of like it's out back like in the mountain
yeah,
area, whatever. So I was like, I don't really feel like carrying him against my body. He'll be so hot. Like I was dripping sweat already
yeah,
just by myself. So I'm like, it's hot. I'm excited
yeah.
for it to get a little less hot.
I have a little game. I'm gonna
Oh,
ask you some like rapid fire questions. I like to do this sometimes. It's fun to hear what people say. So, what is your go-to coffee order unrelated to hockey? I'm just curious.
I don't drink coffee, so I very annoying. um, but I love chai lattes, like love them. Huge, huge on the chai lattes. So I get that.
Okay.
And everywhere I go. Or London fogs.
Okay. Why no? You don't like the taste of coffee?
No, it gave me really bad. Like I used to drink it a lot and then I don't know really why I did this, but I was like, "Oh, I'll just, stop." And then my anxiety was like so much better cuz like I would just be like jittery and I'd be like, "Oh, I must have really bad anxiety." But then I stopped and it got way better.
No way.
Like I would literally be like, I had coffee for the first time in like 3 years on the way to Napa, and I almost had a panic attack. I was like, this is
So
what.
it's like caffeine.
No, it's not caffeine. It's like coffee. Because like sometimes if I'm out, like I'll have like a Red Bull, that's fine, or like I can do espresso martinis, but there's something about like in the morning, maybe when I don't have enough like in my stomach, and I'm not a breakfast person, so it just didn't work.
That's fair. I've actually wondered that because some days, like I don't know, I like the taste. I'm like, I think we need to get decaf
Mm.
because sometimes I just want like a coffee as like the ritual of like sitting there and having like a warm
And
coffee
that
and like,
that is really cozy. Like I feel like
yeah,
a warm drink in the morning before you're starting your day. That's nice.
yeah. But
Tea's
then
fine, but it doesn't really do it, you know?
totally, totally. No, I know. And then you feel kind of like, ugh, just it's too much.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your guilty pleasure show that you're watching right now?
Ooh, I love Real Housewives. So Miami, Salt Lake.
Yes.
Really like. below deck randomly.
Okay. I've
Like
not seen that.
it's like
But it's
it,
good though.
it is good. It's just funny. Like you just watch people on a yacht.
Yeah,
It's like great to have in the background when I'm like after
totally.
asleep and I'm just like doing cleaning up or doing the dishes or whatever. So it's like, yeah. Or it's basically repeat shows.
Yeah, like a comfort show that you can have on. I call them like my shows, and then we have our shows. And when he's on the road, I'm just like binging because it's like I don't like to sit in silence.
No.
It's like I need something on the TV to like shut my brain out, or I'm gonna just like go crazy and
Yeah.
start doing I don't even know. So
Yeah. I'm with you.
okay, this question I was very curious to know. So when he's on the road, what is your ideal solo night in routine? Like, what would you choose to do in your perfect world?
I would order food, even though that's basically every day. I'm not much for like cooking. I wish I was, but
Maybe.
no. But I'd probably order in and just watch my like trash TV. That's just
Yeah.
heaven for me. Comfort, like cozy with the dogs and Ross
Yes.
is asleep and yeah, I pretty much do that when he's on the road.
Yeah. It is kind of nice when they go. I feel like it gives you a little time to have alone time, which is healthy and good.
And it is kind of funny because I feel like starting long distance and just starting our relationship like that, and then like especially as a hockey wife, you're just so accustomed to that alone time that sometimes in the summers when you're together all summer, I'm like,
Go.
I haven't doom scrolled in so long.
They're like, what do you do? Like, can we watch? I'll like put the TV on. He's like, can we put something on that we both want to watch? And I'm like, no. Like, I want to watch this right now. Like, please, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think the alone time's always good too.
Yes, no, it definitely is. And like I feel like you get in a little routine too, like with your
Mhm.
child and you like find your groove. And yeah, and then they come back in and you all blend it together.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing to do for self-care as a mom?
I mean, I work out, but I hate working out. But I guess that's self-care. I love getting facials.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is really, really nice. I do love a good facial. I would say that's like my main thing.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Can't go
Yeah.
wrong. What is one thing that you will not miss when hockey is over someday?
Not miss. I'm sure if, that's a good question.
You probably could think of something when you're not on the spot, like immediately.
Totally. I could be like, wow, this.
The hockey equipment in the garage.
I could definitely, I, s- I will not miss, like as much as I love alone time, I will not miss him being away from shit or Wes. No.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I just, like I just look at Shea when he's with Wes and Wes when they're together and I'm just like, oh, I will not miss that part of hockey where it's just, especially when Wes starts to grow up and he's like, where's dad? Like
Hmm.
the other day he's like walking around, he's like 14 months and he's walking around going, dad, 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 going to point him out in photos. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it would kill me. It will kill me when they're like, where is dad?
Yeah. That made me actually think of another question. It's like, obviously, he's still so young. And I think that's like the answer people say a lot. It's like, oh, they're so young, like they don't know what's going on. But almost like from our perspectives as wives, it's like something that we don't want them to miss,
Mm,
birthdays or holidays or and that happens like a
yeah,
lot of the time they're not here for Halloween or Thanksgiving or like just all those little moments
I
that
know.
are big moments because like their childhood is so short for that time where they're so it is hard. But how do you kind of like compartmentalize that or cope with that, because sometimes like you feel like you have to like just put on a positive front, but like it is a bummer sometimes when they're missing those moments as a family.
I honestly, I I'm so thankful. I can't think of Shay missing anything in the Wesley's first year.
Oh, that's amazing.
I mean, Wesley's first birthday, Shay was there. obviously,
That's
because
great.
before camp, Christmas, Halloween, he was there. Like Wesley's first Thanksgiving, he's around, and like
Good.
Shea, we have music class, and Shea, whenever he's home and can, he comes, and that's really nice, Like Shea also makes a huge effort too, but also we've actually just lucked out schedule wise that we haven't really experienced like missing those big milestone moments, Because like I would be devastated if Shea missed Wesley's first birthday because they were on a road trip, and I'm just, it's like that's really would be really hard. So I'm really thankful that that hasn't happened.
Well, that's amazing. I'm happy for you. Yeah, that's nice.
And
I know.
I know it will happen once we have kids or more kids and they grow up and it's like you're
Yeah,
missing your first soccer game or like you're missing
right.
I think that's when it will really impact when it's like
Totally.
those big moments
Yeah.
will
I
be.
know it is interesting. I feel like you don't always think of like I don't know, like I go to therapy and my therapist was like, "How does your husband being gone like impact the kids?" And I'm like, "I don't know, that's a good question." Like I guess they don't really like say anything because I guess developmentally they don't really know how to they just know he's like gone for
Yeah.
hockey or
How old are
whatever.
your kids?
They're almost 3 and 5, so 2 and 4 right now. Yeah, but like they know he's gone and whatever, but it's they kind of act out sometimes when he's gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And she's like, you should start like a ritual when he comes home from the road, pizza night. Like dad's back, pizza night. And like every time he comes back from like a long road trip, you guys do like a pizza night or burgers or something so that the kids can yeah, and I was like, I've never, because I've just always thought, well, dad's back, and we're just kind of like flying by the seat of our pants. We're all tired. He's tired. I'm freaking exhausted. And I was like, I love that. And it's a nice way to like bring everybody back together and be like, okay, now we're all back together as a family. And I was like, oh, that's so nice.
That's really smart actually. And then it's like almost yeah, it creates this light at the end of the tunnel, obviously having their dad back, but it's like dad's going on the road. That means we get to do a pizza party when he's back or whatever, like that's actually so smart.
Okay, and then the last question I was going to ask you is, and I ask this now, like every episode at the end, if you could give advice to any person coming into the hockey life, maybe someone that's like struggling, anything you can think of, what would it be? Maybe something you've learned along the way that you could offer to someone else.
I think my advice would be to really recognize that you are as an important part of the relationship as they are. Because I do think that, sometimes it is hard, or I see that, you know, okay, you're moving across the country, you can't work, so everything's paid for, and then, or like, like the guy's paying for everything. And I feel like, especially when you're first getting into that like lifestyle, I feel like some people can lose themselves and they just feel like they're not their own person. And I think that that was something that Shea and I always had from the very beginning was mutual respect for each other. Like I had as much of a say as he did, It wasn't what I say goes and it wasn't what he says goes, Like I think the most important thing if you're going into this lifestyle and you're moving across the country across whatever, far away from your family, your friends, is to really still value yourself as well and, you know, put yourself not first, but equal. Because I think that's my biggest advice is just you are as important as your significant other. And you're not there to be a maid or a cook or this and that just because he's paying for stuff, Like,
Mm-hmm.
also given up a lot too. Like, I could have had a career if I wanted to, if I stayed in Canada and we didn't ever live together. Sure, fine. But, like, you give up a lot as well. And I think that that can just be seen as like, well, that's just the life. Like, don't, if you want to be with me, then you have to, that's just what it is. And it's like, well, no, we're people too. Like, we're just as important in this. So, yeah, I think that is really my most, like, you are, yeah. That's my biggest advice.
You're so right. Like there's so much sacrifice that goes behind the scenes. And I think a lot of people, even just like not obviously not in your relationship, but people outside of it, they think, what do you have to complain about? Like, come
Yeah,
on, you're
yeah.
in this lifestyle, like you get all these perks, like whatever. And it's like
I'm away from my family.
exactly, like there's a lot of hard stuff that come with it that people do not see or get.
That's like, I try and like be like, no, you don't have to ask permission. Like, you're not he's not your daddy. Like, he's not the boss of you. Like, you are your own person.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
that's like my,
Yeah. And I love equal. It's like, you have to find that balance and, take the time for yourself and do the things that you want to do and create like a life for yourself. Because otherwise you'll wind up just being resentful and feeling like you are just kind of being
like an accessory or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love that answer. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It was so nice chatting with you. And if people want to follow you on Instagram or reach out, where can they find you?
I'm Marianna Theodore on Instagram, and that's about it.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was a lot of